Now I want to bring the discussion maybe to a kind of a more architecture level. And I suffered already from the past by trying to implement a WAF for 6 months. Didn't work. I left the company. Hopefully they managed already after a few years, but it was a huge problem. But anyway, my point here is when we're talking about the runtime application protection, testing, whatever, I assume that you have some kind of agent, some kind of monitoring together with the pod or together with the web server, something like this. And when you talk about, for example, WAF or SAST or other kind of tools, they are kind of around the application, not exactly with the application on the server and this kind of things. This makes the deployment, I would say, or the whole architecture kind of more complicated, right? Okay, I have many pods on Kubernetes, so each specific pod, I need an agent. When I talk about SAST, I just need to scan the code base or the SCA or even with a WAF, for example, just, I don't know, mirror my domain, my request there. So what you guys would bring to the discussion, like it's worth to have this more effort on the architecture side to implement, to install runtime monitoring in exchange of, okay, just put, as I said, right, just put a WAF here or things there. I mean, I know it's more work. I know it's a bit more tricky. And why I'm bringing this? Because I know that developers, DevOps, they are trying to avoid more things that are not part of their day, right? And when we come with security things, they would say, oh, one more agent, more memory consumption, more things to take care. If the application breaks, it might be this. They will blame everything, right? So what you guys say, like, no, it's easy to do, it's seamless to do. How you bring this
So,
question?
so yeah, so it's a great question, and it's good that you raised it. We put a lot of thought from the beginning on how to do this without impacting the application, how not interfering with performance too much. So and the way it works is basically today we're utilizing several technologies. One is eBPF. We're also doing memory analysis. These technologies enable us to not be part of the application. So we're not instrumenting, we're not injecting anything to the application itself. We're installed as a you can call it a sensor on the cluster of the application, not as part of the application, but as a different deployment. Usually we use a daemon set for Kubernetes. For other deployment types, it's a little different. But the way it works is it's a 5-minute installation. We just deploy on the cluster, and then we understand how the application behaves from tracking either internal events that we have visibility to, or looking at memory of the application. But in no way do we ever intervene with application. And also we're doing this in a way which is very, very lean in terms of performance. We today are able to do this with less than 0.1% of performance impact, because we're not part of the application, right? Because we're not and we can control exactly what goes in and which events we listen to. Then we're able to apply advanced filtering and all sorts of mechanisms to reduce this performance impact to a minimum. And also eBPF built in is very, very lean. So we're able to, obviously there's going to be an installation, but it's very easy. 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, and you start seeing results. And again, not interfering with the application in any way.
Yeah, and there is also always come the question like whether you want to invest a bit more, but what do you get in reward, right? So in terms of value, it enables you to focus on the right things. You can eliminate the noise entirely. You can eliminate the frustration that you have when you are find out that it's actually you have some issue, but it's not true anymore. So it's the ratio between the amount of effort that you need to put into it and the amount of value that you get is very high. So in this case, it's worth doing that.
Devseccortes.
That's nice, that's nice.
E aí, gostou desse corte? Então segue, continua, que tem muito mais.